Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to do an analysis of Charlie Wood's golf swing. This is from the PNC Championship on Saturday's round, and I want to go over some good things that is going on in his swing. And if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, because next video I do, I'm going to tell you how to implement some of these things that's really going to help your game. Let's take a look at what's going on here. So Charlie has a really good setup position, back's nice and flat, knees are bent, arms hanging straight down from his shoulders. What I did here is I drew a line up the club shaft so we can get a base of where he is at setup and kind of look throughout. So let's take it halfway back, and you're going to hear me talk about some things from this view and then the face-on view. It's going to overlap a little bit, but it's important to see where he is in both angles. So where he is here, he's moved everything back together. Both arms are pretty straight. The club face is parallel to his sternum, and that's just a no manipulation move. He's just rotating everything back with the big muscles. He keeps him flexed in his right knees. I like the extension with the arms here because that's going to help create more power as well as the less movement as he goes up to the top of the backswing. When he's halfway back, the club starts to transition up. He's not hinging his wrist. He's letting his wrist hinge as the club passes his hands. The club shaft goes up his forearm here, and then when he's at the top of the backswing, his lower body's moved, but it moves because his shoulder's moving a lot. He's keeping the flex in that right knee and the weight staying on the instep. That's going to allow him to move back to the ball in the right order. He starts the downswing from the ground up, and as he rotates through, he drives the weight to his left heel. He's rotating around, and again, when he's moving through impact, it's important to keep everything going through together. There is no flip of the hand. There's no rotation. There's no turning your hands over through impact, because all that's going to do is keep the club from staying square. If we go back to where he was at setup, you can see the spine or the club shaft angle gets right back to where it was at setup. This is allowing him to make a good divot as he rotates through. Now, we all know that Charlie made a hole-in-one on the fourth hole, but that was in the second round. This is a little bit left of that pin, but the rotation is really good. There's no manipulation. As you can see, the club face is not rotating. He's not turning his hands over. You can see the club staying square as he rotates through. He stays down and through, his spine angle staying the same as he rotates through impact. What I did here is I put a couple lines on each side of his right shin, parallel to the shin. My hands moved a little bit as I was recording this, so I just wanted to get an idea of the right leg staying in the position. This is what's going to allow him to get on the instep. As he turns back, as I stated on the down the line view, he's not manipulating. He's not hinging his wrist. He's going to let his wrist hinge once he gets to this halfway back position. You can see when he's halfway back, the across the shoulders and down the arms is the same position as it was at setup. He doesn't change anything when he gets back. Again, he's turning with the big muscles to get to this halfway back position. And that's going to allow him to be consistent and get there over and over. As he moves on up to the top of the backswing, you can see the right shin is still at the exact same angle that it was at setup. That's going to let his weight go to the instep of the right foot, where he has to be able to start the downswing in the correct order to get the power relation that goes from here to here to here and ultimately to the club as he moves into impact. So then he's able to drive through. You can see the legs get through as he turns back into the golf ball. The right elbow is pulling into the side, and he's containing the angle. The angle between his lead forearm and the club shaft is really big right here. So this is allowing him, even though he's a high school student, to create a tremendous amount of power as he moves into impact. And you can see as he rotates in, he's keeping that angle because his body's rotating through. He's not holding the angle. He's letting the rotation and the centripetal force get that position. He gets a good extension on the way through, and he's able to get there because his body gets through. He doesn't have to reach across his body. You can also see the club's moving pretty quick, but the club is not turning. That's allowing the club to stay square for a very long time through impact, which we would all like to do because that's going to make a very consistent shot pattern, and you're going to be able to shoot lower scores because you're hitting the ball the same way each time. Again, check out my next video where I tell you some ways to implement this into your swing, and it's going to make you better in no time. Hope this educates your game. I'll talk to you soon.